Hey guys, so first I need to apologize because last week I only uploaded one video and this week my videos are uploaded on the wrong days. I just had no idea what to film and needed a break, so shit happens. Here we are. Today we need to talk about fucking Amanda Ensing, and I kind of don't want to give her any press. It's not press, but I don't give her any attention. But I also need to talk about her because I kind of overarching want to talk about influencers and the election and whether or not we care about what influencers think about politics. And if we do, why. So before I get started, subscribe to my channel up every Tuesday and Thursday. I haven't washed my hair for 7 days, so this greasy bun is all you're getting. Sorry. Let's backtrack. Amanda Ensing is a beauty YouTuber, beauty guru. I think I've never really watched her channel, so I don't know much about her. The only thing I've ever known about Amanda Ensing is that I believe she stole another creator's merch. Someone had put out a t-shirt with a swatch here, makeup swatches on the sleeve, and then Amanda Ensing stole it from her. I'm 60% sure it was probably a creator of color or a smaller creator, and she got a little bit of backlash from it, but honestly is still thriving, of course, because cancel culture isn't real, which is a whole other video I want to do a talk on. But so that's really all I know about her, and then I moved on with my life. But over the past couple months, I think her husband has been posting pro-Trump shit online. Also, I'm pretty sure he's not an American citizen, so he can't even vote, which, I mean, is ironic coming from me because if you don't know, I'm Canadian. So I also can't vote, although my husband is American and tried to vote in the election, but his ballot never came in the mail. Great. So also, if you're out there and you're American and you're gonna say, why the fuck do you care, you're Canadian, America and Canada are very interconnected in many ways. We share multiple borders. There's a lot of trade that goes on. America directly impacts Canada in many ways. And on top of that, a lot of the politics that happen in America do filter into Canada. You know, once Trump became elected, we kind of had our own Proud Boys show up here. They're called the Yellow Vests or something. There's a lot of racist, super right-wing groups that kind of popped up after Trump was elected. There were conservative politicians who thankfully didn't make it to ticket that popped up who kind of had his same viewpoints. So to say that as a Canadian I have no say is a little naive to the relationship between Canada and America, and also I can say whatever the fuck I want, it's my channel. And on top of that, I think America is a huge player in the world's politics, and Canadian politics are boring. No, I'm kidding. I love Canadian politics, but our politics literally our election is a 3-week period before the election. Yours is 3 years. So there's just more to follow in American elections. So I've been following the election. I've started following politics probably back when Obama was running for president. I remember I was in night class at university and we all watched Obama, his acceptance speech, his winner's speech. I don't know, because that's the night I had class and that's what happened. So I've been into politics for years, and spoiler alert, I'm a crazy liberal. It is what it is. In Canada, we call them conservatives and liberals as opposed to Republicans and Democrats, but realistically, it's a very similar situation in regards to what the parties stand for. But let's get into Amanda Ensing. So Amanda Ensing's husband has been posting some pro-Trumpy shit, and so people were coming for her being like, girl, get your husband. And he posted a story being like, Amanda doesn't need to get me, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And so, but she hasn't been saying anything about it, and I'm sorry, but if you're married to a Trump supporter, you at least are accepting of his views. And then she posted a video called What's Next for America After the Election. And I watched that mind-numbing 26 minutes, so you didn't have to. She didn't really say anything of value in the video. So she starts off talking about how influencers have kind of become a new age activist, how they're supposed to stand up for what's right, and a lot of them have been speaking out about things. And I do think that with the Black Lives Matter protests, it really has kind of flipped a switch in the influencer community. And a lot of people expect influencers to speak up for what's right. And I don't think that that's wrong. I know a lot of people say, I've heard people say, like, I was watching a video by That's As Told by Kenya. If you don't watch her, you definitely need to watch her. She's fantastic. She was talking about why we expect so much from celebrities and influencers. And I can understand her perspective of being like, they're just humans. Stop expecting so much from them. But I think celebrities are different. I don't expect as much from them. But like for influencers, there's this weird parasocial relationship where you see them as like an equal, and not even that. There's a lot of time, you know, let's be real, they make their living off of their followers and their subscribers, and people want to support people that are good people, and I don't want to put money in the pockets of Trump supporters, just straight up. So that's that. She basically talks about how she, first of all, has a poli-sci degree, but she never really cared about politics before because she's privileged, let's be real. And also, I really hate that she used her poli-sci degree as like some sort of like proof that she knows what she's talking about when it comes to politics, because first of all, she probably graduated like years ago. Things have changed. Second of all, I was a TA in university. I read a lot of stupid fucking essays. I know that going to university doesn't make you smart. So there's smart people that don't go to university. There's dumb people that go to university. It doesn't mean shit. A degree, really, let's be real, unless you're going into like medicine or something. Degrees are mostly just for show to put on your resume and be like, look, I did a thing. Regardless, she talks a lot about how she votes based on policy and facts, unlike the liberals, but never once in her video does she say what the policy or the facts are that she supports. She does say that Trump has made peace in the Middle East, which is a wild claim. She said there's peace in the Middle East right now, and that's because of Donald Trump. Girl, where? And in the bottom, I'm all over the place. I don't know how to talk about this. It's so ridiculous. She's basically a crazy Trump supporter. A lot of it is that she relates a lot of it to God, I guess, because she must be like a newfound Christian, because she says she's been talking a lot about, she's like recently come into like talking a lot about God. I'm not sure if she's always been Christian or if she's just openly discussing it now. But she talks a lot about how like Trump walks with God and God put Trump in the office because like he's what the world needs right now. And I think it's clear by my tone, I think she's fucking ridiculous. And I think that her and Trump supporters that are Christian are the reason some people look down on religion. Now I have to say, I'm not religious at all. I didn't grow up, like I grew up atheist. We just never believed in anything. I've never like thought someone was less because of their religious beliefs. I just don't believe in things. I'm a very cynical person. I need to see something to believe it. So like, that's just who I am. And I don't care if you believe in religion. My issue with religion has always come from people like Amanda Ensing and crazy right-wing people who have used religion to not separate church and state, and who have used it to control other people. You know, people who have used it to say that gay people don't deserve to get married, people who've used it to say that trans people don't deserve to exist, people who've used it to say that women don't deserve to have abortions or the right to choose. They're using religion as a way to kind of enforce their own rules, and also they just like ignore the part about religion where it's supposed to be about love and acceptance, about helping your neighbor, while they're locking kids in cages. So I don't know really where the and like she kept talking about how like following love and peace and love, and where is the peace in Black people being murdered in America? Where is the peace in children being locked in cages at the border? Where is the peace with that? Where is the peace with the fucking coronavirus response in America? Like, I just don't understand how anyone can think that Trump is godly or what's right for America ever. She also equates liberals. She said the liberals voted for hate and Trump's people voted for love because they love Trump, and everyone, she thinks that everyone that voted against Trump was because they hate Trump. And I mean, some people probably do, but I think it's not that they hate Trump. Although it's hard not to. It's that they hate the divisiveness and the hate that Trump has caused in America. He is sexist, racist, misogynistic. That's the same as sexist. Anti-Semitic, transphobic, homophobic, a million other things. Anti-Muslim, like Islamophobic. He's everything. He's everything phobic there is. She talked about walking with God versus going with the popular opinion, and the popular opinion is obviously supporting or going against Trump, I guess, even though half of the country did vote for Trump, but whatever. And the most ridiculous part of this is that she talks about how the media brainwashes people, and in the bottom of her video, she linked things that, you know, media, she linked articles that were fact, not fiction. You know, people, news organizations or resources that, you know, support with facts, and she fucking linked Ben Shapiro and Candace Owens, along with some random man's YouTube video fact-checking another random man's video, and some other fucking hateful people. Like, when your sources, like, I understand that the news media is not always unbiased. I understand that Joe Biden might not be the most perfect president. Sometimes you're choosing between the least of two evils, and I know a lot of people hate that, and that's why Hillary didn't win the election, because people couldn't get over themselves and vote for someone that they didn't absolutely love for some reason, as opposed to just being like, would she have been a better president than Donald Trump? Yes, okay, I'll vote for her. No, everyone had to get in their feelings. Couldn't vote for a woman. You're voting, but sometimes you have to vote for lesser of two evils. That is just life. It's not perfect. The American electoral system is not perfect. Our electoral system in Canada is not perfect, so it's whatever. But the fact that you are linking literally hate-filled liars, people who just lie and spout the Fox News propaganda, and literally, and then it was like resources people don't want you to see, and she fucking linked TikToks of people saying stuff like it was the Democrats who didn't want to end slavery, like just completely ignoring the fact that the Democrats and the Republicans have completely switched their platforms over the years. Like, it was so bizarre. And all I have to say to this is, like, let's all stop giving Amanda Ensing her fucking time in the sun. If she wants to be a crazy Trump supporter, that's her prerogative. Although I do think my issue with this is, like, you know what, if you want to be a crazy Trump supporter, I hate you, but it's fine. But the issue is she has millions of people who watch her, and she's literally using her platform to spew hate and lies. And I think it's ridiculous. And I do think that we are in an age where, my cats are brawling, sorry. I do think we're in an age where people expect more from influencers or follow. Like I said, if I'm going to support somebody, I want them to be good people. Like, there's a lot of influencers I saw posting stuff like, I'm not going to tell you who I'm voting for, or like, if you need me to tell you who to vote for, then you shouldn't be voting. And I think it's, first of all, rude to tell your audience they're stupid. And second of all, it's fucking ignorant for you to not at least acknowledge your privilege, acknowledge the influence that you have. And let's be real, the people that are posting that are only posting that because they're voting for Trump, and they're afraid to tell their followers that they're voting for Trump, because while half of America voted for Trump, the popular vote went to Joe Biden. Most people vote on the basis of dignity and respect, thank fucking God. And I think that we expect more. And I know that some people want to, you know, tell you to keep politics out of it. I'm sure I'll get comments on this video telling me to keep politics out of it, but like, I can't, because I'm a privileged white woman and I have the privilege to keep politics out of it, but I choose not to, because not everyone has that choice. Politics affect people, and I don't want to follow or support Trump supporters. You know, all of those people that were posting things like, we can all still be friends no matter who we voted for. After the election, Joe Biden won't be packing your groceries, your neighbor will be. And it's like, no, you don't get to have your president in office for 4 years, tell every liberal that they're a fucking liberal snowflake, you don't give a fuck about my feelings, and then 4 years after literally berating us, calling us stupid, having your president lie to our face, try to take away every right he possibly can, and then tell me that I should smile and be friends with you? No. I've said to a lot of people this year that this was not an election that was based on just Republicans versus Democrats. This was an election based on Trump versus democracy. This was an election based on hate versus acceptance. And if you voted on the side of hate, I don't care what you think. Like, you're not the kind of person I want to respect. You're not the kind of person, you're not a good person. You and half of America basically decided that white supremacy didn't affect you enough to vote against it. Misogyny didn't affect you enough to vote against it. Children in cages, it's fine. People dying from the coronavirus, it's fine. It didn't affect me. Your tax breaks were more important than people's rights. Black people being murdered in the streets, it's fine. That's what a vote for Trump says. And to me, that's fucked, and I can't get with that. And like, honestly, I'm the kind of person that like, even when I say stuff like it's not a normal Republican versus Democrat debate, even normal Republicans, like I can't get on the side of people who don't believe in pro-choice, who don't believe in gay rights, who don't believe in healthcare, universal healthcare, who don't believe that people should have basic human rights or a livable wage. Like in general, I can't get on the page with people like that, but even more so, it's so much more divisive. And I think that everyone that was posting that, first of all, was Trump supporters. And second of all, like, you don't get to have it both ways. You can have your cake and eat it too. And I wanted to take this time to highlight an influencer that I was super impressed with over the past election cycle, and that's Megan Rinks. I don't know how to say her last name. I used to follow her on YouTube years ago. I like unsubscribed from her, like nothing against her. It was just like I got to a point where like I had stopped watching her videos. Just wasn't vibing with her. It was like years ago when she was still in like university, I think. I just wasn't vibing with her. I like stopped watching her videos, so then I eventually unsubscribed, but I think I had still followed her on Instagram. And she had that scandal last year where, it wasn't a scandal, but someone hacked into her YouTube channel and deleted all of her videos, and she had this whole thing with YouTube about it. And actually, I think I might have refollowed her after that because I wanted to catch up. Like, I wanted to like see what was going on with that. And she has been posting so much stuff about how to vote, stuff about why you need to vote, really informative posts about why it's important to vote, what Joe and Kamala stand for. Like, she has been going hard, and she has been getting hate and just calling it out in her DMs, and she's posting it and calling it out. And like, that's what I want from an influencer. Sure, maybe there's people out there who don't want their influencers to get political, but if you don't need your influencers to get political, you need to recognize your privilege and realize that that's because politics don't affect you because you're probably fucking white or you're ignorant. And I want to support people who stand up for what's right. I want to support people who believe in equality, and I want to support people who don't just post a black fucking square on Black Lives Matter and then go on with their lives like they did something. I don't want performative activism. I want people to be real. And honestly, even the Trump supporters who are hiding in the shadows, I'm looking at you Southern fucking influencers who are posting about why you're not going to share who you're voting with on Instagram. I would rather be hated for who I am than supported for being fake. That is not what I want. That's probably why I'll never be a huge influencer. But like, that, I want to support a real person. The whole point of influencers is that it's not that like it's moved on from being about this perfect ideal life you want to have, and more about a real person on the other side who you relate to and who's real, and that's what I want to see. So that's all I have to say, I think. Oh, also, Amanda Ensing's video got 18,000 dislikes and 4,000 likes. LOL. Let me know down below. I know I'm a very crazy liberal. Honestly, I'm not even the craziest of the liberals, but I'm up there. Let me know, do you want your influencers you follow to be political? Do you hate it? Do you love it? What do you think about the ones that are Trump supporters or that refuse to come out and say, like, I understand who you voted for is a personal thing, but I think telling people to vote, and then like the Kardashians got called out because they were like, you were all excited now that Joe Biden won, but you didn't tell me you were hoping for him to win until after the fucking election. And they were like, oh, we told people, we like put like links for how to vote. And it's like, no, that's not enough. One little fucking link for how to vote isn't enough. Got a lot of fucking appetite present lollipops in there in that time though. Like, I just am at a point where I expect more from my influencers. I don't want to watch or engage with people who I don't respect as humans, or who don't respect me as a human, or who don't respect the rights that are being taken away in America and across the world. That's just me. Maybe I'm dramatic. I wonder what impact this is going to have on Amanda Ensing's career. I honestly don't think it will impact her that much. I think she'll lose a lot of subscribers, but I think she'll gain a lot of right-wing subscribers because, as we saw, half of America voted for Trump, and it is less socially acceptable to be a Trump supporter. So there aren't as many out there, and that's why a lot of them are hiding, and that's why someone like Amanda will get the press for it and she'll get the followers for it, and I think that's shitty. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Amanda Ensing. Don't watch the video. It's a lot of God talk that leads nowhere, and I really hate people who use God as a crutch to support their hate. Like, don't you think if Jesus was around right now, he'd be like taking care of the poor? He'd be like all about a living wage. He'd like, you know, get the kids out of the fucking cages at the border. No? I kind of, like, I don't know a lot about religion, but like I kind of thought that was his whole deal. Just me? So thank you guys for watching. Again, let me know down below what you guys think about this. What do you expect from influencers? What don't you expect from influencers? Personally, I got high expectations. Thank you guys for watching. Don't rip me apart too much in the comments, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye!